What's going on, guys? Today we're going to discuss 5 ways to... What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to instantly make better music. That was fucking good. I feel all professional on that one. Tip number 1, saturation. Saturation is a form of distortion that adds pleasant sounding harmonics. My favorite plugin for this is FabFilter Saturn. If you can afford it, buy it. If you can't, torrent. But I wanted to find a free option for anyone that couldn't afford that. It's called Saturation Knob by Softtube. It is free, you can get it. I'll leave a link in the description. Let me show you what saturation is so you can hear it and understand what I'm talking about. So here on this project, I've set it up so that I can show you guys a pretty good example of saturation. This is what this little sound I made sounds like without any saturation. And this is with saturation. So as you can hear, it adds, I don't know, some sort of color and grittiness to the sound. And you can do this to anything, really. You can even put it on drums. I'm actually using Saturn. I really like to toggle between basic saturator and light-driven saturator presets. Those are my favorite ones. I literally put these on every single sound. Like I said, you can put it on anything. Let's do some dubstep basses. So it brings out the sound more. With the free option, which is saturation knob here, I found it that around this area here, it kind of replicates the FabFilter Saturn saturation. So I'll turn that off and just do it with the saturation knob so you guys can hear it. This is dry with saturation. And now you can actually put 2 saturators on it and make it fucking insanely saturated. So really, saturation is a great tool to make your sounds fucking cooler. You're just adding pleasant harmonics to the sound. Go crazy with this shit, have fun. Tip number 2, background elements. And what I mean by background elements is subtle things, subtle sounds that are sitting in the back of your mix that create an atmosphere or mood. A good example would be maybe like rainforest sounds in an intro, or even during the drop. You can actually use background elements to create tension. So a lot of EDM music, you know, we want to create excitement and tension in a drop. You know what? I'll just get in here and show you what I mean. I've pulled up this melody from one of our packs with the drum beat that you heard earlier and a 808, and this is what it sounds like. Now I added this little background ambient sound, like just little small detail like that. Obviously you don't want to have it like loud as shit. It's just something very subtle in the back. Something that I like doing is grabbing a vocal sample, and this is from one of our packs.
Wait, hold up, I'm about to drop it.
And so many producers do this, and I honestly started doing it because I've heard it on a Skrillex song, which was the Sicko Mode. That's what really stood out to me, was the way that the don't stop, 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 stop kept going, and I really, really like that. So I'm gonna take the last syllable, the drop it, I think it is. Yeah, and I'm gonna fucking make this unique. Let's make it unique. Turn down the volume because it's subtle background elements. You don't want to put these very in your face. These are things that sit in the back of the mix, and you'll hear what it'll do.
Wait, hold up, I'm about to drop it.
Whoops, too low.
Wait, hold up, I'm about to drop it.
Right, so it adds that repetition is so fucking cool. Another example of background elements I think would be reverse samples, and I actually have a folder with short sweeps because I really, really like using reverse sounds. This is from my new sample pack, and you know, all these are just reverse sweeps that I made, and I can put to kind of just create a little like groove, you know, and flow and motion in the song. Right, and even that loop has a reverse sweep because I like them so much. You can reverse anything. Like, let me show you a reverse reverb trick. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know this, but if you don't, I love doing this. And I actually just found out a really fast way to do this. I'm just gonna put a Edison and record that sample. Okay, and then we're gonna just take that little piece, drag it back into Edison so it's by itself. So reverse it, And now we're gonna put a reverb. I'm gonna make the reverb real fucking wet. Now we're gonna put another Edison after the reverb and record that. And that's gonna sound like this. Cool, now that we have this thing, we're gonna put it back here, reverse it, and you're gonna have this real dope.
Wait, hold up, I'm about to drop it.
So yeah, reverse shits are awesome. You know, matter of fact, you can even go here, crossfade, crossfade, and just kind of do that to blend it in.
Wait, hold up, I'm about to drop it.
Background elements. Tip number 3, message. What I mean by message is, what is the theme of the song? What emotions are you trying to evoke? Is there a deeper meaning that you want to express? Do you want to make a crazy go wild song or something that brightens up your day? It doesn't have to be like a super deep philosophical message in your song, but it does have to have some sort of connection to you, and really that's what matters. As long as the song has a connection to you and the message speaks to you, that's what matters. It would be nice to hear more music that comes from a place of pure creativity rather than a competition to show off who can make cooler sounds or do cooler things. Although that's always nice, competition is nice. I love competition. I hear people on YouTube, other producers that are like in my same, sound or whatever. I hear them do stuff and I want to be better than them. I don't mean that as in a bad way, but I just think we need to have some messages in our music because that's how we create real cool art. Tip number 4, learn more. Do everything you can to learn your software, whether you're an FL Studio, Ableton, Reason, whatever. Do everything that you can to be super proficient in that. And the reason why is because you will not have to think about the technicalities and all the little ways of how to do music once you turn into the creative flow state where you're just not even really there and you're kind of just creating and the creativity is just pouring out of you. You want to get to that point. The only way you're going to do that is knowing what the fuck you're doing and making this computer, this DAW, and another extension of you. You can also learn a lot from friends. So you can join Discord servers, you can join my server, link in the description, and make some friends and learn something from them. Everybody you meet knows something that you don't, and not only in music, in life. So really make friends, learn from them. That is the coolest and best advice I could give you, is make friends. I feel like we're in a time where we're really all connected through the internet, but we're not connected to each other. There's a massive gap in connections with people. I'm experiencing that and I'm realizing it, and I think for the younger generations it's even worse. So really just try to make genuine relationships with people. You learn from them and they'll learn from you, and it'd be amazing to share information with each other. The last thing I want to touch on this tip, the more you learn, the less writer's block you'll get. I'm not fucking God or something, but I really don't think that writer's block is real. I think if you have writer's block, it's because you don't know how to do something. So learn as much as you can and have fun and make some friends. Tip number 5, make a template. And this goes back to the idea of not worrying too much about the technicalities and just letting your creativity flow through you. Making a template completely changed my life. My production level went from right here to over here immediately. It really helped me so much. Mostly every producer that I know has a template. If you don't, I would definitely recommend you make one. I have a tutorial on how to make a template, and you can also purchase it on Threat Collective if you like, but really you don't have to. I would much rather you do it by yourself and customize it to your needs and your production style. I'll show you a little preview of my template here and how I have it. Just because we're already here and I can show you. But basically I have all my drums, my basses, my instruments, my vocals, and my effects. And finally, I even have a input that's already ready for me to record. So that way, every time I want to lay down some vocals, I have it ready to go. One of the most annoying things for me was having to set this up every single time I wanted to record vocals, which didn't allow me to, do the vocals that I wanted to do sometimes. I would be lazy and I would just not do it. And ever since I've added this, I could always add add my own vocals, and I think my songs are a lot more unique and closer to me because it's what I wanted to do, but I was too lazy to do it. So I don't know if Dan Bilzerian came up with this quote, but I heard him say it. I know he's not like a role model, but I really liked what he said. Life is about setup, and if you have a good setup, you will succeed. So hopefully if you apply these 5 tips into your life, into your productions today, your music will instantly improve. I've never made anything like this on the channel, but I hope you guys really enjoy it. I put a lot of work into coming up with this list because I wanted to make something that was truly valuable for you guys, and a little more than just how to make or how to sound like someone else. I wanted to make a video that will help you sound more like you. Hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss a video, because they're gonna just get better. I'm super excited to make more videos on the channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next shit.